My best friend and I are fighting about a guy. My best friend Jess and I have been childhood best friends. We attended the same kindergarten and grew up attending the same elementary, middle, and high schools. She was my rock throughout the years, helping me get over the death of my father and the trauma of RP at the hands of my autistic older cousin. Post the RP, I got really down and started packing on the pounds. I ate my pain away and struggled a lot, staying in bed, not having the energy to move or to go outside. I did not care about my body or appearance, as the trauma consumed me, and I went from 135 pounds up to 230 over the course of 18 months. During this time, I started to get back onto my feet thanks to Jess's help, but my bad habits of binge eating and over-consuming food stayed. Jess always consoled me and hyped me up. Being with her made me forget the fact I now hated my body. As a result of me gaining all of this weight, I became very unappealing to guys, and if I and Jess were ever hanging out, Jess was the one who was always approached. Jess was model level pretty, with a toned stomach, 5'4" with curly blonde hair. Once I actually heard two guys talking, "Take one for the team, bro, please." And seconds later, they walked over to us, and the guy who took one for the team approached me. The guy who approached me was handsome, and I asked him for his contacts. "I'm gay," he told me. I cried to Jess about it that night. A few weeks ago, Jess and I went to a college party. Despite me hating how I looked, I still liked to go out and dress up nicely. It gave me some power back. At that party, I spotted a guy who was ultra cute. I told Jess about him, and Jess affirmed to me that he was indeed very cute. However, I knew he would not be interested in me, and Jess could not be my wingwoman, as he would be way more interested in her than me. Still, we downed some alcohol and walked over to him. We initiated some conversation and exchanged names. A song came on, and I experienced something I have not in a long time. This ultra cute guy took my hand and started dancing to the rhythm of the song with me. I was very giddy, I'll admit, and did my best to keep up with him. Jess backed away slowly as me and her exchanged a glance, and I mouthed, "Thank you," at her, as me and the cute guy danced. At the end of the song, we freaking kissed. I have not felt butterflies in a long time, but in that moment, I did. The party ended at around dawn, and we exchanged numbers, and he promised to call me. I called Jess the next day to tell her how damn excited I was. She was just as excited for me, too. The guy ended up calling me that day and asked me out on a date. I had never been asked on a date before, so of course I said yes. Once again, I called Jess to tell her the good news and told her where and when we plan on going. The date was 5 days away, and they felt like forever. When the day finally arrived, I showed up to the place, and about 15 minutes in, I got a phone call from Jess. She apologized for calling me, but told me she needed me to come over to hers and talk to her. She said she knew what I was doing, but this was so urgent that it could not wait. I pondered it for a bit and apologized heavily to this guy, but agreed to leave the date. A part of me was mad at Jess, but the guy did promise to reschedule, and if this was so urgent, I knew I had to go. I showed up to Jess's house to find out what was wrong, and Jess sat me down and told me we needed to have a talk. She then proceeded to explain she understands I do not have much luck with guys, and I really like him. However, she wants him for herself. Before I could even interject, she told me that her reasoning is he is exactly the kind of man she wants for herself. A tall, blonde, good-looking guy who plays sports. She said she found him on social media and did some stalking and realized he plays basketball for the college team. She has always been into basketball players and claims that as a good friend, I should let her have him. I could not even respond. I sat there, looking dumbfounded. My best friend since day one who knows everything I have been through, and the one time I find a guy who is into me, she wants him for herself. I told her no, but she persisted, trying her best to convince me. When her peaceful persuasion did not work, she got angry at me. "You're fat anyway, you don't deserve him," she said in the middle of an angry rant. Those words broke me. I wanted to tear up, but I just stood up and walked out. I did not want to speak to her. I haven't even called the cute guy. I don't know what to do.